It's great to catch up with the member for Albury, Justin Clancy. How are you going there, Justin?
Yeah, good, Ricky. Good to be with you.
Now, it's the whole lot's been happening in your electorate in recent times. First of all, some important preschool funding that is available, and also some developing stories in education locally.
Yeah, Ricky, on the preschool front, really, it's fantastic to see this funding. There's $2.1 million going towards preschools in Albury to expand Ross Circuit and Albury Preschool. And I'll confess, Ross Circuit is my old stomping ground, so that's going back way a bit. And then $1.9 million to build a new preschool in Tumbarumba. And the exciting part about this, Ricky, is the one up in Tumbarumba is being community-driven. I just love seeing that. We've seen that out at Childcare with the preschool there built by the community. So it's a great thing for Tumbarumba to see free preschool education in that community. The one back in Albury, we know the pressure is on families, Ricky. Getting a place in preschool is really important, and it is challenging. There are wait lists. So this is opening up 65 new places in Albury and up to 40 new places in Tumbarumba.
Yeah, I noticed that amongst our regional broadcast points, Wagga Wagga's one place growing fast, but so is Albury Wodonga as well. And I know the federal Labor government's talking about how, to address cost of living pressures, they're trying to help with rebates for childcare. The squeeze is particularly on in a growing regional centre where people are looking to make a tree change.
Yeah, absolutely in that regard. And it's not just the larger centres. From my point, Ricky, to see it Tumbarumba, to see Jerilderie, these are the communities, they're just as deserving for preschool education as anywhere across the state.
All right, and there's been another development, I believe, in the last week or so in education in the electorate.
Look, right across the state in that regard, Ricky, because we know what we're hearing over the last few months are the pressures that our teachers face, and the big part of that is the face-to-face time that they're missing out on because of all of the administrative burden. So, New South Wales government's responding to that in two ways, Ricky. One is that there will be 200 new administrative and support staff in schools from Term 4. This is allowing our teachers to focus on being with our kids, which is so important. The other part to it is, and this is an Australian first, Ricky, New South teachers are going to have access to a full suite of high-quality curriculum resources to assist with lesson planning. So that's really making sure that we are doing what we can to remove that administrative burden so that our teachers can focus on being with our kids.
Excellent news. Now, some other good news, in a sense. I mean, I've noticed in the police news there are some hairy stories that do come out of Albury from time to time, but thankfully some more police resourcing coming in the direction of Murray River Policing as well.
Yeah, it's, again, a really positive piece because these are actually new positions. So new positions have been created in the Murray River Police District. We're going to see 10 new police in Murray River Police District. This is off a tranche of new positions created last year as well. These particular positions will be predominantly Albury focused and not just junior police. These are a range of police from senior detectives through. So, I've got to say, Ricky, my experience seeing our police firsthand, we've got a fantastic team here in the Murray River Police District. They do such a great job keeping our community safe, but to increase their numbers is such an important thing, and I'm really pleased to see this.
Yeah, it is important, and I guess as a growing electorate or district, growing pains do sometimes happen when it comes to a larger population, and that also comes into the health context as well. And importantly, not that long ago, you were able to be a part of an important cross-border meeting between health ministers about health services in the electorate.
Yeah, Ricky, Albury Wodonga Health, we know the challenges that we're facing with that as a health entity, the cross-border health agency. A big part has been bringing together the Victorian Health Minister and the New South Wales Regional Health Minister. It was really pleasing to see that Minister Mary Ann Thomas from Victoria and Minister Bronnie Taylor met here on the border. They've committed to drive through work together to resolve the issues that we're facing with Albury Wodonga Health. So I'm going to continue to push that. To bring them together in the first instance was an important step forward. There's more there that we need to be doing, Ricky, and certainly continue to push for that.
And just lastly, on local roads, I did notice you had something to say recently about it's a statewide program for fixing local roads. Where are there some roads that have benefited from previous rounds of this program in your electorate?
Yeah, Ricky, there's been a number of roads. Look, this is going back to fixing country roads, and it's over $500 million, Ricky, that's gone over the last few years out to local and regional roads throughout the state. Now, the fourth round of this is open. What's really pleasing for me, Ricky, is this is returning to round one in terms of the makeup of that funding program, where it's looking at improvements, resealing, pothole fixing, shoulder fixing. These are the issues, you and I would both know it as we travel across our communities. The weather that we've had over the last season or so has caused some significant issues. It's really important that we get that funding to get in and fix those, helping support our councils to get in and get the job done.
Yeah, well, I guess as we've seen some pretty abundant years on the land, a whole lot more produce coming off of the fields, that puts a lot of pressure on the roads as well. So it's important we see that reinvestment back to keep those roads in good shape.
Yeah, and pretty simple coming from the country, is that you just want your decent roads. Yes, there is the increased freight there, but we've got to have the capacity, the capability on our roads for that freight to be delivered. So, something that I'm passionate about. We had Minister Faraway, the Regional Roads Minister, down here recently, talking about through some of our back roads out through Walbundry from Henty to Mulwala, so that he can see firsthand, that we need to continue to invest in our roads.
Justin, great point to finish off with. Thank you so much. A big wrap we had to make there. So much to cover. Thanks for joining us again today on Flow.
Thanks for your time, Ricky. Take care.